Welcome back to Good Afternoon Britain. Now, Nigel Farage has caused quite a stir after appearing on Sky News saying there's a growing number of young Muslims in the UK do not subscribe to British values.
Yes, Reform UK's honorary president told Sky News this Sunday morning with Trevor Phillips, we have a growing number of young people in this country who do not subscribe to British values. They loathe much of what we stand for. I think we see them on the streets of London every Saturday. So that's what Nigel Farage had to say.
Yes, well, hopefully we'll get you a little clip of that at some point as well. But does he have a point on all of this? We can now get the views of the director of the Oxford Islamic Centre, Dr Sheikh Ramzy. Look, thank you very much. Great to have you on the show. Now, I am just going to quote some of the findings of a report that Trevor Phillips, the bloke who was interviewing Nigel Farage and appeared to take rather a lot of offence to some of the things he was saying, wrote himself, OK, or conducted himself. Only 34% of the British Muslim community, apparently, would inform police if they thought that somebody they knew was getting involved in the support of terrorism. Apparently, 52% do not believe that homosexuality should be legal in Britain. 23% support the introduction of Sharia law. I mean, Nigel was right, wasn't he?
I don't think Nigel was right at all, of course. I believe he made from the mole a real mountain, and he did not do good for himself as a politician and for the reform, which of course is a parties, which respectable parties with the respectable people. What we have here, he said many things which was wrong, completely wrong. He attacked the Muslim. And he attacked the Islam as Trevor Phillips. He said several times, watch what you're saying. What do you want to go back and rectify it? Do you want to? You offended me. I was a Muslim 1,000 years ago, and my family, and now forcefully become the Christian. But I respect Islam, and I don't believe he was saying this. I don't believe what you're saying is right. And many times he said, but of course, Nigel Farage, which I respect him very well, a lot, Nigel Farage, as I respect you, my brother. But very important, he said wrong. He said wrong. For example, not he attacked a Muslim. He attacked all he wants to.
Yeah, Dr. Sheikh, it's interesting. It's interesting though, because Trevor Phillips, the presenter, as Patrick said, did this survey into British Muslim attitudes quite a few years ago. There was quite a lot of backlash. He also did a Channel 4 documentary into the same thing. He also got into a bit of trouble with the Labour Party over Islamophobia accusations because he said that UK Muslims are a nation within a nation, and he observed how few were wearing poppies for Remembrance Day and that sort of thing. So do you think it's right that people of all, different positions do look into whether there are some issues and extremities in some British Muslim opinion?
Yes, of course, they should look into it. They should, and I'm sure the government is absolutely capable. The police is absolutely capable all over the country. We've got the best police in the world in this country. And of course, we have many organizations which they come forward and they if there is anything, they take it and it come to the news. I haven't for many months at the moment, I haven't heard anybody doing anything, for example, as real extremism or terrorism or so. That what at the moment focus is on the ceasefire now. This is what they are trying to say. Of course, Nigel Farage was saying. The people in the street on a Saturday, they seen the disrespect to all, disrespect to the democracy. It is a democracy, and people are allowed.
Yeah, but it's also about. I'm going to play you a clip shortly now of what Nigel Farage actually said. But it is also a question of integration, and it's also a question of whether or not people who are within the Muslim community actually subscribe to our values. So I'm again reading this report that was commissioned by Channel 4 that Trevor Phillips was a part of, 44% of the British Muslim community do not completely condemn those people who take part in stoning or who commit adultery. 39% agree that wives should obey their husbands. 32% refuse to condemn those who take part in violence against those who mock the Prophet Mohammed. So these are the kind of figures that, frankly, many people think that maybe Nigel should have quoted back at Trevor Phillips. He did not. That's up to Nigel. He decided not to do that. Can I just play a little clip of what Nigel said, and then I'll get you to react off the back of it, please? Thank you.
We're talking about Muslims here.
We are. And I'm afraid I found some of the recent surveys saying that 46% of British Muslims support Hamas, support a terrorist organisation that is prescribed in this country.
Right. Do you think that's Islamophobic?
Of course, it's Islamophobic. If it was, what you are trying to say, 46%, there is no 46%. Where he getting that from? He's exaggerating. Maybe few, of course, we have. He's exaggerating completely, and he says 40. And you have to remember these things. Hamas. They are not, none of them, I believe, see many people, they are not supporting Hamas. They are supporting the human right in the Gaza. They are saying, as I said in the story, ceasefire. But what of course, the media does, somebody says from the river to the sea, says in the photo, but media does not see.
Yeah, I think what Nigel was, I think Nigel Farage was referring, Dr. Sheikh, to some surveys that have been done over what happened on October the 7th. And I think he was talking about a survey that also showed only 25% of UK Muslims believe that Hamas committed murder and rape during the October the 7th attacks in Israel. And this was a survey that also apparently showed that 46% expressed backing for Hamas. Now, of course, that is just one poll. That is just one poll.
I wouldn't think he had the right, but they were not, and they are not. They are not supporting, again, I said, what they are wants to do. And everything, you believe me, everything goes away when the ceasefire comes and to a solution and a peace in the Middle East. Let's work on a peace in the Middle East, and let's not think about support. Again, I said, Spain and Ireland and the two other countries, they supporting the Gazas. And what they said, of course, Israel, or one Netanyahu, not Israel, Netanyahu said, we take our things, you are supporting the Hamas and you are a terrorist. Of course, do you think Spain is a terrorist? Do you think Ireland is a terrorist? These are the branding the people.
Yeah, I think the Hamas attacks are one survey question. Of course, there were lots of other questions about things like adultery and things about homosexuality and all sorts of different social and blasphemy and that sort of thing.
Some people, is a free countries. We don't respect, of course, free countries. Some people wants to present their opinion. The Christian, Muslim, Jews, they say we like that or we don't like that.
Exactly.
But the government will decide, for example, if the homosexuality goes forward, if there is not, and the bill goes forward. This is democratic country, full.
I agree with you. I agree with you completely. It's a democratic country. At the same time, though, if there are literal results, and polling data is all we've got to go off at this general election at the moment. Who's going to vote for who? What's the Labour majority going to like? Is it going to be a hung parliament? The Tories said so. Polling data is a real thing. Data does exist, and we are also going off polls which appear to indicate that there are pockets, significant pockets, in certain areas of the British Muslim community who might not adhere to the norms and ways of life that we have. I think many people might think Nigel expressed himself badly on that, but does it make an Islamophobe? I don't know. But Dr Sheikh Ramzy, it's always great to speak to you, and thank you very much for your time.
Let me tell you one thing. You are one of the best presenter, Patrick. Thank you.
Well, you can come back now. So thank you very much.
No. You are
good. Thank you very much indeed, Dr Sheikh Ramzy.
You are good. That's simple as that.
You'll make his head even
We've got to go. Thank you very much. Thank you. All right, thank you very much. All right, OK.
Oh, there you go.
Right, yeah, so people are going to...
you with the confidence.
I'm going to get a load of stick now. I've been bought off by some more flattering me, which is, of course, true. But anyway...